Hey, what's up guys? It's Matthew Hawktalon, and I'm here with the 50 subscriber hatching giveaway video. So, it's amazing that we got the 50 subs fairly quickly, and it's just a good mile marker. And yeah, I think it's a good time to celebrate and give out some hatches. So, I'm just going to go through all the pets really quickly. I included some that you might not want because our pets aren't like the best, but I just thought maybe some people might want them. We'll see. I'll just start one at a time. So the first pet we have is this rotting dryad. It does have, I don't know if it has the possibility to get proof, but it does have Defy and Myth Ward right now. It also has Balance Ward in its talent pool, if you're going for that. The second one, we have this Hollow Knight. It has Defy and Sprite. It's not that good. I don't suggest hatching with it. We have a first generation Deer Knight. I just have it on this guy. So if you just want some basic myth stats or automatic make hat Sprite at teen, you can go for that. We have this Rain Beetle next. And it does have double damage. It does have the possibility for proof, but it's probably not that likely because it does have that tower shield. I can show you that real quick. Yeah, so proof would be right on their pane right here. And yeah, tower shield's right on top. So if you want to go for try to get the damages, you could hatch with it. Its pedigree's pretty good. I believe it will get the 10 proof. Actually, no, it'll get 9 proof, I believe. But that's a possibility. Next we have the Epic Fulminating Medusa. Right now it has proof, healing card, and fairy. If you want some healing pet or just like the Medusa card, you can go for that. The proof will probably get to 9. We can check right now. But it does have that extra mana on top, so it's pretty useless. Unless you want that. Next we have this Ancient Fulminating Medusa. I don't think this one has... Actually it does. It does have mana. So I don't suggest hatching with that either. I'm still going to show it. It does have Pain though, Fairy, and Healing Current. So if you want to take your chances, you can go ahead and hatch with either of those Medusas. Next we have this. It's a Flamingo Tocador. So it does have those Availing Hand cards. It does not have proof. That's why I didn't train it higher. But if you want to hatch with it, say you have proof on a pet, and you really want the Availing Hands cards, you can go for that. It also has Myth Ward in its talent pool, along with Pain Giver and I believe 1 balance damage. Next we have this Deer Knight. Its proof is really bad. Its pedigree is really bad. It's fully trained, I can show you. Yeah, it's a really bad proof. But if you want the Fairy, Unicorn, and Enfeeble, you can go for that. Next pet, some people will probably want to hatch with this. It's one of our better pets. It has proof, Unicorn, Fairy, and Life Dealer. If we look at its talents, it has on the top here, you can see that ultra rare on the top is Pain Giver. I believe the other two are other life damages. So that's the first page. Next we have the Shadow Beast. It does have some death damages in its pool, but right now it just has Critical Striker and Defy. So it's not too great. This pet, there's nothing really wrong with it. If you want to go for these types of abilities like Critical Block, Infallible, Enfeeble, that they're all sticking on this type of pet. We have a few of them, I believe. But if you don't want the resist or the damage, this is a good pet to go for. They're pretty frequent make casts, and the block could always help if you have like a 50 or something. So the next pet we have is a good balance pet. It definitely has proof in its talent pool. Right now it has Balance Dealer and actually I think it's Balance Giver. Or add balance along with Pain Giver. It does have more balance damages along with Maycast and Enfeeble. So if you want a good balance pet, you can always use that. Now where was I? Okay, so next is White Winter Owl. It's not too great, but if you want double resist, Unicorn, if you want to take the risk with the mana, go ahead. The next we have, this is a failed Flamingo. It came from the one you saw earlier. It just has another heal, but it's like the same thing except it has heals with it. But this one happened to get sprayed, so if you want to go for that, or if you want to go for a flamingo, I suggest hatching with the other one, not this one. Okay, so the first myth pet we've come across. This one has a lot of myth damages in its pool. It also has fairy and unicorn. If you just want to go for damages and not resist, that's definitely a good pet to hatch with. So next we have this. If you want to go like a critical ice strategy, something like that, you can definitely use this pet. The Maycast Balance Blade is actually a pretty frequent Maycast, so it could be beneficial if you're going for that, especially with a blade stacking strategy. We have the double critical, the proof, and the ice giver. So you can see it has striker and hitter if you're going for critical. Okay, so next we have a failed pet from that first flamingo. It has berserk. It does have proof, so if you want to go for like kind of like a joke pet or something, I don't know, you can go for this pet. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. We already saw that dryad. It's actually like the same one as the first one I showed you guys. Wait. Oh yeah, that is the same one. Okay. So, next we have the Clockwork Paladin. It definitely has proof and defy, but sadly it does have health gift, so it's probably not worth it to you guys. If anyone wants to take the risk of not getting it, go ahead. But the cards are pretty good. Next we have this Fulminating Medusa. It's also pretty good as the ones you saw earlier. Check if this one has mana. Yes, it does have mana. So with all the Medusas, if you want to take the risk of mana, go ahead. Okay, so next we have this Mega Rotting Dryad. So this pet is pretty good, except that it doesn't have proof. If that critical was proof, it would be a really good pet. But if you have a pet with proof and you want to try to get some of these wards or pain or defy or even critical on your pet, this is a good pet to hatch with. As you can see, the cards are fairly useful if you have a Life Master or a Death Master or something. The next pet we have is the Polar Cat. This is like the Piranha I showed you guys earlier with Enfeeble and Infallible. This one does have Defy, so that's one resist if you do want some resist on a pet like this. And again, the frequent Maycasts. These are both frequent Maycasts. Next we have this Enchanted Armament. It's kind of like the one you saw before, the double critical Ice Giver pet, except it's not trained as much. Just looking at it, that uncommon right there is Fairy, so it does have the possibility to get that, along with Pain Giver as well. So that could be a pretty good offensive ice pet, if it is trained more. Next we have this other Polar Cat. It's basically the same thing. There's no notable difference. They're basically copies of each other. So either of those you can hatch with. Next we have this Rotting Dryad. It's like the other Dryads. It doesn't have proof, but it does have Defy, Fairy, and all those other abilities you saw before with this Dryad. So if you have a pet with proof and you want to get some of these abilities on it, go ahead, hatch with it. You can try to get it. Okay, so we have this next Enchanted Armament. This one again is just displaying the Pain Giver, showing that it is there. This one does not have Fairy, so if you want to hatch with that, that's fine. Again, we have another Keen Polar Cat, just like the ones I showed you earlier. We have this Deer Knight. It has 2 heals. It's probably like the other one. Yeah, it's not going to get a good proof, so I don't suggest hatching with that. I do believe I have a few more pets on my Myth Guy, so I'll be back on my Myth Guy. Hey guys, I'm back on my Myth Guy. So, okay, so I'll start showing you the pets I have on this guy. So, let's start from the back, I guess. I do have this Yuletide Spirit. You can hatch with it. It's not that good. Okay, so this is the other balance pet we have. It's an Ancient Mist Trident. just like the other one. This one is about the same as the other one. They're basically identical, except this one got Enfeeble at Ancient instead. So either one, you're guaranteed to get, or you're likely to get the damages, double resist and Enfeeble. So the next pet I have to offer is this Epic Yuletide Spirit. So this pet, if you're going for like a lot of cards, you want to have a pet with like a record amount of cards, go for this pet because it has Conviction, Curse, Tower Shield, Pipple Plenty, and Seraph. So if you want a nice variety in your deck, you want to use this pet as like a utility pet, go ahead and hatch with it. This is basically the same, except you get that disarm as well. This is about the same. If you want the Maycast Pierce, you can go ahead and hatch with this. Okay, so next we have the Mega Piranha Hunter. This pet does have proof on it, but I happen to get Tower Shield with my luck at Mega. So it does have double damage, and you can see between the Guardian Wall right here and the Myth Giver, that epic ability is proof for sure. So if you want to take your chances and hatch with it, go ahead by all means, or try to hatch with it. Okay, so the last pet we have is the one I just hatched yesterday. It's going to be adult by the time like I pick winners. Well, yeah, if I pick winners. So all I know is basically it has double resist. That's the epic closest to the top, and the rare closest to the top. It has a few damages, definitely triple damage, and it probably has Enfeeble and critical striker. So if you want to hatch with that, go ahead. If you don't like the other myth pets, this one might turn out good. I can't guarantee it, but yeah, that's about it. So alright guys, I just got to show you guys the last pet or two on my life guy. So the first pet you can hatch with is this Enchanted Armament. It has some myth abilities, but it got health boost, so I don't suggest hatching with it. But the pet, the best for last, is this Epic Enchanted Armament. The Armament cards I always suggest for any pet, for most schools. It gives 3 Sharpened Blade cards at Mega. It does have the double resist, almost maxed out. It has the Enfeeble, and it has the critical striker. At Mega, it does have the chance to get Pain, which is on the top, Balance Sword, which is the next ultra rare, and then Myth Ward, which is below critical striker. So it could get any of those, and it's probably likely to get those. So if you want a nice balance pet, this is surely the pet to hatch with. So to enter the hatching giveaway, you need to do 3 things. The first thing you need to do is like this video. The second thing you need to do is be subscribed. And the last thing you need to do is comment which pet you want. So you can be entered into the hatching giveaway. And so I just wanted to thank you guys again. There will be more giveaways and stuff like this in the future. Just to thank you guys as much as I can. And stay tuned for more videos. See you guys later.